The Aleutian Islands Campaign, The History of Japan's Invasion of Alaska During World War II, by Charles River Editors. Narrated by David Zarbock. Introduction. The Aleutians Campaign. It was United States territory. That's something you don't do. You don't come over and grab some of our land. So we had to take it back regardless of strategy. We couldn't just let them sit there. Admiral Robert L. Dennison, USN. We took a foolish liking to the Aleutian Islands and poured in too much material and unnecessary personnel, making it impossible to leave. There are many islands like that in the south. Admiral Onishi Takajiro. Fought over bitterly cold flecks of rocks and tundra scattered across the remote waters, marking the boundary between the Bering Sea and the Pacific Ocean. The Aleutian Islands Campaign represented one of the strangest encounters of World War II. Curving southwestward from the southwest coast of Alaska like the tail of a stingray, the rugged volcanic Aleutians belonged to both the United States and Russia. The westernmost island, Attu, lies much closer to Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula than to Alaska. The distance to Anchorage, Alaska measures approximately 2,000 miles. The famous Doolittle Raid provided the catalyst setting off the battle between the Japanese and Americans for possession of the Aleutian Islands. After the Japanese surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, President Roosevelt repeatedly asked the head admirals of the U.S. Navy for a plan to bomb Japan directly. Such a strike would greatly boost American morale while dealing a serious blow to that of the Japanese. Fleet Admiral Ernest King, Commander-in-Chief, United States Fleet, deputed two of subordinates to conduct feasibility research, Captains Donald Duncan and Captain Francis S. Frog Lowe. King, a prickly character with equal passions for highly aggressive naval strategy and strong drink, worked tirelessly to direct sufficient resources to the Pacific Theater to assure victory there. So the project of a counterstrike to Japan represented a scheme he could pursue with gusto. Frog Lowe, a highly competent officer soon promoted to Rear Admiral and assigned to managing the Atlantic anti-submarine warfare of such vessels as the renowned USS Bogue, conceived of the Doolittle Raid on Japan after visiting the new carrier USS Hornet CV-8. His plan involved launching twin-engine B-25 bombers from the Hornet, whose flight deck ordinarily lacks sufficient length for B-25's takeoff. However, Lowe realized adding the carrier's full speed ahead velocity and sailing directly into a headwind shortened the B-25's takeoff distance enough to match the actual length of the deck, enabling the medium bombers to successfully get airborne from the Hornet. With landing on the carrier again an impossibility, the B-25s would fly straight on after bombing Japanese cities and land in China, where the nationalist Chinese of Chiang Kai-shek would assist the pilots in escaping. Though the Japanese detected the USS Hornet and the USS Enterprise in the seas east of Japan, they discounted their own reconnaissance aircraft reports of twin-engine bombers flying towards Tokyo because they believed such aircraft could not launch from a carrier deck. Many Japanese military personnel waved as the American bombers swooped over Yokohama Harbor, and Tojo Hideki himself observed one B-25 at point-blank range as it flew past his personal aircraft. A man named Koiwa Kazue at the Naval Arsenal described the result of the raid. The sky was full of the unfamiliar, low-flying, squat black American military aircraft. Anti-aircraft fire exploded in the sky high above them. In a dry dock in front of his office, the warship Daeho had been hit and was emitting a ferocious cloud of black smoke. Large numbers of wounded were being carried on stretchers to the infirmary next to the docks. The men aboard the USS Hornet, already steaming to safety, listened to the screeching voices and panicked confusion of the Japanese radio announcers and realized the mission's success. The Americans gained some amusement when they received translations of the hysterical speakers, speculating on vast fleets of Chinese, American, and Russian bombers launching from a secret airbase in Japan itself, proving even the Imperial Japanese susceptible to bizarre conspiracies.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?